Hi, everyone. I'm Shawn DuBravac, the Chief Economist with the Consumer Electronics Association. Here we are, CES 2014. I'm here with Maria Menounos from Extra. Maria, you and I have just been running literally across the show floor, looking at everything that's glittery and gold across CES. And we're going to go through some of those highlights right now. Any opening words you want to start with?
Hi, everybody. Is this everyone's first CES? If it's not, if it is, raise your hand. Okay. Are you as dizzy as I am right now? I told him I think it's because it's my first time, really. I came last year for a quick visit for one night, and I never got to see any of the floors. I knew I was getting into something today, but man, I've also been enjoying it way too much. So I've been like a little kid on Christmas morning opening a million presents. So, as you know, so I'm definitely very excited to be sitting down right now with a little soda.
Well, we're glad to have you here at CES. We've got some of the photos that we took while we were out and about. There you are with the Sony Action Cam strapped to your head. Tell us, what do you think about the cameras you can strap to all parts of your body? Well,
the Sony Action Cam was cool because I like being able to give my perspective. I'm someone who loves shooting and documenting everything in my life, and I love sharing it. So for Extra, I decided today that I would wear the Sony Action Cam so that I could document everything I was seeing. So whether it was putting it out on Instagram and Twitter and social media, or even just to use on our show for tomorrow, I wanted to have all of that. Because, you know, the people that can't be here, because we're privileged to all be able to be here, I want everyone to kind of have access to what I was seeing. So I wore it. They laughed because when I asked them for one, they said, well, we only have a head harness. I'm like, perfect, that's what I actually want to wear. And they're like, you do? And I'm like, yes. So it's great because it's only like 2 buttons, super easy to use. I have not gotten to the download phase, so we'll see how that all fares in a little while when I go and try to export it all and send it out. I assume it will all be just dandy, but it was a lot of fun running around and shooting everything.
Let's go ahead and flip to the next photo and see what we have there. There we are starting things off.
Yep, checking the iPhone, making sure the world hasn't stopped.
And there we are. Looks like the checking out some of the new curved glass, curved
bendable
TVs. Bendable TVs. What do you think about bendable TVs? You ready to hang one on the wall?
Well, I love the bendable TV. I think it's great. It does kind of give you that immersion into whatever you're watching. Has anyone gotten to see the bendable TVs here yet? Yes? Pretty cool, right? Did you like it? And did you see the one that with remote control can go flat or be curved? So neat. I loved it.
So Maria, were you ever worried about moving from standard definition to HD and how you would look in HD? Do you worry about how you look on a bendable screen now?
No, I didn't think about it like that. But you know what? People always say the camera adds 10 pounds, and I never noticed that either, so...
Maybe this takes 10 pounds off.
I think maybe that's people's perspective, but I haven't noticed that. I think people look exactly the same. So I assume this will be fine. As I was watching, they had some dancers on there. They all looked wonderful, so I don't worry about that.
All right, let's keep flipping through some of these photos. There we are looking at the one where you can control it with the button there and pick whether you want it to be flat. Now we're looking at some of the curved
It's
phones.
Quite an intense look for me. I'm fascinated.
What do you think
tell me everything.
What do you think about curved phones and just form factors changing generally?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, technology is exciting. That's why we're all here. And at first, the curved phone was like, okay, that's just like a novelty. But when you put it in your back pocket, it actually makes a difference when you sit down. It's nice and cozy. Well, I tried the curved phone in my left butt pocket. Actually, there you go. And then I put the iPhone in the right butt pocket. Totally different feel. And, you know, we buy phones for different reasons, and I know that it's like the next cool thing, but we always end up buying the next cool thing, even if it's a teeny little difference, right? Would you buy a curved phone?
I would definitely buy a curved phone.
Yeah. Would you guys buy curved phones? Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And what they said that was really cool is they can actually almost get paper thin now with them, and at some point you said that they might even be able to fold up.
Yeah, we can roll them up, fold them up.
I mean, honestly, folding up your phone into a little pocket square would be awesome.
All right, so here we are over in the Intel booth. Intel really showing what their chips can do to empower a number of different applications. And here they had a small little company in their booth that's created a baby monitor onesie. I think, what was the baby's name, Clifford? Or
Baby's name was Clifford. I think we should point out you have a really nice profile. Okay, back to technology. No, baby Clifford. Now, I was a little apprehensive about this because I don't know how I feel about technology on infants because, you know, it's electric energy. It's a little scary to me. But, you know, when you think of how much exposure we have as it is, I think that it's going to be hard for moms to kind of avoid this anyway. It tells you if baby Clifford, I'm very excited about this. So basically, it's a little monitor you attach to the baby, and you can monitor baby Clifford's breathing, temperature. What else could you monitor on that?
Temperature and breathing, and then movement.
Oh, and movement. So it'll tell you that baby Clifford is on his back. By the way, I think it was a girl. I don't know why they called her Clifford. But it's an interesting way to kind of be able to monitor your baby from your iPhone if you're at work. This was our Ben & Jerry's break because we needed a sugar high that I'm now coming down from. So I need to pick myself back up.
What do you think about other things that we measure? So we talked about being able to measure and monitor babies. You know, they make those for pets too. You could measure your pets. They have a company here called FitBark, which will measure the activity of your dog. So you can see if your dog's getting enough exercise, moving around enough.
I need to go see that.
So there's lots of good ones. There's another one where you can interact with your dog when you're away. You can actually.
So you could be like, Benjamin, Mommy loves you. How are you?
Video chat with your dog, and you can release treats. Petzilla will allow you to release treats to your dog, so you can still reward your dog even when you're not home.
No way. So if I'm at work, I can be like, beg, 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 Benji, and he'll beg, and you can give him a treat?
That's right.
Oh, shut up. I need that.
All over your smartphone. So here we are over at Parrot, and we're looking at...
into each other's eyes.
Right, over a head of lettuce.
He's like, hey, hippie chick with a camera on your head. This is actually, well, that frightened me. That was a little drone, a remote control drone. I love remote control cars and anything remote control. So for me, this was a lot of fun. They gave me, Pierre gave me the controls, and then once I got the control, it got ugly. We'll probably have photos of that too. Behind me, though, was a garden where they had this little monitor inside the garden that will alert you if you need to water your plants. It'll tell you how much sun it's getting, what kind of nutrition it needs. Pretty cool. Do we have the drone? Okay, so that's one of the drones. And the technology on it was really cool. It actually moves really well.
Yeah, so here's the flying drone. We learned that Maria does not have her drone driver's license quite yet.
Oh, yeah, I nailed someone accidentally right away because I just go heads first into things and I barely knew what I was doing, and I didn't really mean to hit him, but I did. As long as you say sorry, it's okay, right?
So, you know, we've had a lot of companies announce...
That's a great picture. Did you take that? Holy moly.
We've had a lot of companies announce the type of things that they want to do with drones. Amazon wants to deliver things with drones. Do you think that's in our future? You think we'll have our drugs delivered from the drugstore via a drone?
I hope I live to see the day where I can deliver a package myself with my drone to someone. And we will.
Dropping things off at the neighbors, you can just send the drone over there?
Yeah, I think so.
So we also stopped by...
so you don't have the photos of the drones.
Yeah,
Did you happen to capture my bad moments? You missed those.
You can go ahead and talk about that.
I guess you had to be there.
We also saw 3D printing.
Yes.
We saw a pair of high heels that you could print in 3D. How do you feel about printing your own high heels?
Well, I've always said I wanted to make the most comfortable high heel for women, and I'm determined to do that because, as we all know, look at us in our flats. Why? Because heels suck. And so I am going to do it for you, ladies, I promise. At some point, now I'm going to get a 3D printer and I'll start modeling it because I know exactly how I want to do it. Do you want them? Yeah, I'm going to make them. They're going to look cool, too. They're not going to be dorky. And I have really good ideas for how to do it, and now I'm going to be able to put them into action with a 3D printer. I'm psyched.
Well, and no need to worry about somebody else having those shoes because you designed them. They're your unique shoes. Nobody else will be on the runway with those.
But I like to share, so I will share.
Other highlights from the week here at CES?
Bosch had some really cool technology. I don't know if you guys got to see the cars with the sensors so that it will help you automatically stop if a little kid runs out into the road while you're driving and texting, like most people do. I don't, but I always tell my parents when they're walking my dogs to constantly look at the vehicle and look into the person's eyes to make sure they made eye contact because they will hit you while they're texting. But yeah, the technology is amazing because it will stop. I got in the car and it just slammed on the brakes. We put it on extra tonight if you guys happen to be at a TV at 7 o'clock. And then also the automated parking was really cool. If you like tennis, Sony had a Bluetooth tennis racket that will help you improve your swing. I thought that was kind of neat.
What do you think about all these sensors showing up? So we're using sensors to measure and monitor our babies. We're using them to improve our tennis swings. We're using them to park our cars. Are there other places you'd like to see sensors? Are you excited to see sensors show up in other parts of your everyday life?
Well, I love sensors because my dad's diabetic, and so what? Do I have something on my shirt? Oh, I love sensors because my dad's type 1 diabetic, and so sensors save my dad's life on a daily basis. So I'd like to see more in the health arena, you know, in every way. I know that, have you guys seen Ray Kurzweil's documentary, The Transcendent Man? If you haven't, it's really, really amazing. He's an incredible inventor, and he talked about how sensors and little devices are going to be microchip planted into our wrists, and that's where our phones are going to be. We're going to be able to get chemotherapy treatments through our wrist. I mean, all kinds of incredible technology. So
can you hear me now?
Yeah, exactly.
Maria, can you hear me now?
Instead of the weird thing that happened when all of a sudden we were talking into Bluetooth and people were like, wow, she's talking to herself. Now it's going to be like, can you hear me now? It's going to be Kit. Oh my God.
It's going to be Kit. We all need to be
Knight Rider.
Trans Ams.
Right?
So we also saw appliances that will allow you to text them directions. What do you think about being able to text your home to tell it to turn on the lights?
Okay. I thought that was pretty neat. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see this, but the appliances work via text. So you can text your washing machine to start a load. You can text your vacuum cleaner to clean. And that was cool, but if there was the robot to put the clothes in the washing machine and then I could text it to do it, then I would be even happier. So we need one more step, because what's the difference between putting the load in before you leave? I mean, why would you put the load into your washing machine and then later push the button? Am I crazy?
Well, maybe you don't
Am I missing something?
You don't want them to sit wet while you're gone, so you have it end right as you're driving into the...
So you just busted my bad housekeeping. Okay.
So here we are, 2014 International CES.
My clothes smell moldy, clearly, at home.
What are you looking forward to when you come back next year, 2015? What do you think will be different? What are you excited for? What are you excited to come back and see? Innovation moves so fast. Here at CES, we see 20,000 new products launch every year. What do you think will be next in those 20,000 products?
Well, I am definitely not the one to forecast. I should ask you, because you've been here a lot longer than me. What would you like to see? For me, I'm fascinated by everything that I'm seeing now, and I just want more. I want to be able to see everything out here, and I want to see more. And like I said, for me, the biggest arena that I want to see more in is obviously the health arena.
Yeah.
For everyone that's suffering from various ailments. And, you know, I mean, even the 3D printer, Bree was telling us, what was his brand that he created, the 3D printer? Maker World, is that what it's called?
MakerBot?
MakerBot. So the creator of MakerBot, Bree, was telling us about a kid who needed a prosthetic hand, and the prosthetic hands cost $10,000, and he can make it for $5 on his 3D printer. And a kid who actually needed it went on and made one for himself. So I think that's amazing. When people can have access to things like that that are so important, that's when technology is the most important.
Well, and the amazing thing with that, right, is that especially with kids, they're growing, and so they have to keep getting new ones. So it's not just a one-time $10,000 bill, it's $10,000 every 6 months or every 12 months as their arm grows, and they need to keep growing. So with a 3D printer, you just enlarge it, print it again, enlarge it, print it again. You can keep the devices sticking with your growth. And
Yeah,
so
the rest of it is selfish, like gadgets and fun things like the remote control little drones. I love them. My dad and I would have a field day with them. But for me, it's anything that's really useful to make someone's life simpler, like, you know, whether it's storage for, you know, tech and things like that. I mean, we have our online digital platform and digital network called AfterBuzz TV. So anything that's going to help us stream better and provide content better and faster for people, I think is amazing. And like I said, anything that's going to help people that really need it in the health arena is what I want to see more of. What would you like to see more of?
I think we are just scratching the surface of what's to come. You talk about wearables and some of the health and fitness things, the ability to measure and monitor all of this information around us, and then to do things for us, whether it's change our wash, whether it's do our laundry, start the vacuum cleaner, or check our blood pressure, check our sugar levels. All of these things are now being made possible with the technology that we're seeing here at CES, and we're just seeing the very early cusp of that innovation. Much more to come. Maria, here we are, 2014 International CES. What an exciting time. It was fabulous to run across the show floor with you. I can't wait to do it again. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.